Hi, my name is Ian Campbell, and you will see a presentation on the design thinking process and how it relates to a company called Uber. We're going to explain the process and include an activity throughout where you can use the design thinking process in your project, at your work, so you can become more creative and more innovative leaders.
Hey, I'm Robert Hall. We're going to be doing a presentation here with design thinking. I'm going to do the first one here with empathize. Now, when it comes to empathize, it's not really about information. It's about having an understanding, really deep understanding, knowing exactly what's going on with your audience, with the issue, really getting in there and trying to understand, not just having information. I'm going to tie this in with Uber real quick. They're going to be our example for this project. When it comes to Uber, really deep down to their core, it started with stories of the founders, their friends, their acquaintances getting caught in unfamiliar places, inconvenient time, they don't know how to get home. It's really about understanding what they're feeling, what their issue is, what their situation is. It's about a deep understanding. Now, I want you to think about an issue you have, a challenge you have, and I want you to really, think about what the audience, what your customers are feeling, really trying to nail a deep feeling of what's going on. And I want you to take that example and I want you to bring it with you for the rest of this project.
Hi, my name is Brian, and I'm going to be talking to you about the define process. So in this one, we're going to reframe the needs into problem statements so we understand our audience, and now we really want to dig deeper into what the problem with our audience is. So we're going to analyze what we've learned so far and just turn them into problem statements. When we're looking at Uber, people wanted a reliable taxi service that is easy to use and makes them feel safe. So Uber took their audience, understood them, and now found a problem with going on society. Your activity is to understand some situation in your life and come up with a problem that you find in your audience.
Hey, it's me, Rob, again. And I'm going to be doing ideate real quick. Ideate is all about having this massive, well of ideas, inspirations, just trying to figure out every possible solution, with constraints, without constraints, things that may see a little bit unoriginal maybe at first, maybe a little uninspired at first. I just want you to have this wide breadth of ideas, really brainstorm, use divergent thinking, come up with everything you can. And then, tying this in with Uber, they originated from, taxi service. That was their original, inspiration. But then they took that and they said, well, what if we could do it with technology, smartphones, GPS? What if they used mobile payments instead of cash? What if it was all about real-time updates, about, quick development, stuff like that? Now I want you to take the example that you've been working on through this project, and I want you to really think about every possible solution, every possible idea. Really get in there. If it seems unreasonable at first, just go with it. I want you to think about everything possible.
All right, so I'm Garrett, and I'm going to be talking to you about the stage 4 of design thinking process, which is prototyping. Here, we reveal and create possible solutions taken from the ideate stage where we generated these ideas, and we ultimately take these ideas and move them into the testing phase, which is last. So in relation to Uber, they started in New York City with only 3 drivers, and they actually started giving free rides in San Francisco to those people. And that incorporates the prototyping, because in the end, they formed a partnership with Apple, which they were able to take into development, into the testing phase, where they were able to create this app. So for what I want you to do is to take the variation of ideas that you developed in your ideate stage and then create these possible solutions in which you can test them and then go back and forth.
My name is Cody Barnes, so I'm gonna tell you guys about the testing phase. So after you guys finished going through the process already, you already prototyped, you already found your problem, you already made some ideas. Now you get straight to the testing. So at this phase, you're gonna try to gain feedback from general public or try to refine your solution. So when it comes to Uber decided they're gonna get incentives for drivers and riders. So basically what they did was they found their problem and they created a whole solution. And their solution was to make it easier for people to get around the city. So they created a secret, they hired 3 drivers, as you heard from the prototype. in New York City, and they tested it, and they realized, oh wow, this is really good. Then they decided, okay, why not just try to go large scale and implement it in other cities? So they first started out in New York, and then they went straight to San Francisco, and then they developed a great app. So after, I want you guys to think about your whole process, and what do you think? Why not just now get straight to the process and test your ideas and get out there and try to gain feedback to see if you can get a better solution to push your product.
All right, so this is Ian again. I'm just really bringing it all back around. Though a part of testing, the testing phase is evolution. This leads to more design thinking and creating innovative ideas that center around people, human-centered design thinking. Uber design thinking and focusing on humans, their drivers and riders, really have taken it further since the origination, releasing new services such as Uber Black, Uber Lux, and now even Uber Air, which is set to be released in 2023, a ride-sharing service for air transportation. So if they've taken this process from its beginning stages, a solution to taxis in big cities like New York and San Francisco, helping along the way with drunk driving, a whole lot of other negative things in the world. And they've used that to transform. They use the design thinking process as an ongoing process to come back and re-empathize and go through again to lead to more innovation and creativity. And here are our references. Thank you.